guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel 𝗶𝗡𝗍. I'm so happy to be doing a reading for you guys today. So today I have come on to do this beautiful reading, and this reading is going to be about the new moon in Cancer that's happening on the 17th of July 2023. I have been called to do this reading from the very soul within me. I was being pulled to do this for you guys because I know that you guys need it. And there's a lot of downloads that I've been getting about this particular new moon, where I feel like a lot of you are finally ready to take some kind of a risk, take some kind of a leap of faith to basically focus on your goals and to transform your life through those goals. Some of you could have been reading up on this book called Atomic Habits, okay, something to build your habits one step at a time so that you can bring some structure in your life. Some of you could have struggled with having some structure to your life, and Spirit is asking you to have that willpower and that determination to add that routine, to add that structure to your life from this point onward, so that your manifestations can come in faster for yourself. Okay, so I'm hearing something about juice fasting, fixing your health. Some of you do not even know that there is a lot of junk that is in your body due to how much you could have consumed. There could have been some emotional eating or some stress eating, which could have caused some bodily issues, some bodily problems that you will be focusing on healing with this new moon. I'm seeing you guys set intentions, and if you aren't already or you haven't thought of it, this is the time to get your journal. In this reading will give you a lot of downloads on what it is that you need to do, what intentions you need to set, so that you can catapult your life forward and you can get on this path of evolution. Okay, this is what my channel is about. So if you're a newbie, make sure that you're subscribing, because there are a lot of gems that are about to come on for you guys. Okay, so another download that I was getting is this Cancer new moon. The Cancer sign is a very, very feminine sign. It's the ultimate feminine sign of all the zodiac signs, according to what I've learned from my astrology professor. He always said that Cancer is the ultimate feminine sign. What is feminine? Feminine is the art of receptivity. It's the art of receiving. It's the art of sitting back and letting things be attracted to you, rather than forcing things to happen, rather than penetrating into things, rather than taking a lot of action towards things, right? But we are entering the Leo season, right? We are heading into August and into the Leo season in the last week of July. So what does that talk about? We are transitioning from the feminine principle to the masculine principle. Leo is a masculine sign. It's a sign of taking action. It's a sign of being center stage. It's the sign of, taking the reins in your own hands and being a creative mastermind in whatever field it is that you are in, right? So we are transitioning from one phase to the next, a feminine principle to a masculine principle. And this is something I was getting very strongly with the Chariot card on Cancer new moon, where Chariot talks about you having the willpower, the determination to change your life and transform your life in such a way that you're disciplined towards your routine, you're disciplined towards your goals, and you do not let anything or anyone stop you from achieving that goal, right? So this is what this new moon is activating in your life currently. This is why this book is something I was drawn to when I was channeling for you guys on, there are certain fairies, genies, demons, ghosts, gods and goddesses or goddesses. One of these energies wants to help you in this process, right? So I'm going to give you one particular deity that comes up from this book as the main energy that you can channel for this new moon, which will benefit you if you start working with this energy within yourself. We are not talking about anything external, although there are a lot of stories, a lot of tales that we have of different entities, of spirits and their own evolution and their growth, but we can learn from their cycles. We can learn from what they had to go through, how they struggled, how they manifested, how they evolved into the best version of themselves, which is why they are in this book today. Okay, so we are tapping into that part of our DNA through this book. Okay, so there's a high level DNA activation that we are about to go through with this new moon in Cancer. So let's dive in and see what this book wants to tell us. All right, your higher selves, your spirit guides, your guardian angels are all here present in this reading to assist you and guide you through this process. Okay, so and one more thing I forgot, I think I did not mention that there is a lot of junk in your body. Remember, I was telling you about this. There's a lot of junk that is left inside that you haven't cleaned. So there's a process where you can literally release all the food, all the junk that you have accumulated within your intestines, which causes diseases, which causes heart problems, which causes asthma, which causes all these issues that come up as diseases in your life. And that process is called enema. I don't know if many of you know it, but if you do not know about this, it's time for you to research about this and get into this cleansing for yourself. Let me know if you guys want to know about this. I will link it down below for you. And this is something that will cleanse you from the inside out. Okay, this is a time for you to set your intentions to manifest a healthy body, mind and spirit. Okay, so with the spirit, we are getting into this. With the body, I gave you a download about the enema. Okay, and with the mind, we will get to it with the tarot cards. All right, so let's dive in. I'm super excited about this. All right, so spirit, guardian angels, higher selves of the people watching this reading right now, please tell me which spirit, fairy, genie, ghost, demon, god or goddess is coming through for us. Okay. Okay, this is what I'm feeling. And I'm not going to open it. I've just opened it this much. Okay. Spirit, is it the right side or the left side? It's the left side. Okay. On top. Okay. All right. The left side on top. I'm hearing, okay, this one. It's this one. Okay. 𝗃𝗃. Wow. Oh my God, guys. 𝗃𝗃. This is the spirit that wants to come through. So we want to know what this is. Okay. So it says also known as 𝗃𝗃, CETO. The origin of the spirit is from Greece. Okay, so some of you could be from Greece literally, or you have been wanting to go to Greece. Okay, a lot of downloads coming in, but let's see what the spirit wants to tell us. I hope this is focusing. The sea isn't fun. The sea isn't all fun, games, and splashing about. Dangers lurk in the deep too, and sometimes approach the shore. 𝗃𝗃 is the goddess of dangers of the sea. Oh my God, collective. We are tapping into the Cancerian energy, which is a water energy, right? And we have 𝗃𝗃, which is the goddess of dangers of the sea, the treacherous aspects of the ocean. Her name is the feminine form of Greek word for sea monster. 𝗃𝗃 presides over the ocean's living dangers, the carnivores, really big, potentially dangerous creatures, mysterious sea monsters. Her parents are Pontus and Gaia, the primordial earth and sea, with her brother 𝗨𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. She has many children, including 𝗃𝗃 DNA. That's interesting. 𝗃𝗃 DNA. We were tapping into the evolution of the DNA, activation of the DNA, and look, 𝗃𝗃 DNA, Scylla, Ladin, and the grey, the gorgons, including Medusa, and sometimes, depending on the myth, the sirens. Wow! They may be venerated together on an altar. They may once have formed an independent pantheon who were eventually demonized. They were closely related to Hecate. Guys, I mean, are you looking at the entities that are coming through for this new moon for you guys? This is some primordial goddess energy. This is terrifyingly fascinating. Okay? Ceto is a primordial goddess who is now frequently dismissed as nothing more than a sea monster. It is perhaps more appropriate to describe her as the goddess of the mysteries of the deep, or of awe of the ocean. She is feared and dreaded, but also may once have been the subject of intense veneration. Several of her children are targeted for destruction by the Olympian spirits. Wow! So this is about Olympus and the Olympian spirits versus the primordial goddess, and the Olympians trying to take away the rights of the primordial goddess, and by threatening her children, by threatening her livelihood, by threatening her existence. Okay? So iconography is, Ceto is usually depicted as a beautiful woman in the company of fish-tailed mermen like Phorcys or Triton. Sacred creatures are sharks, whales, giant squids or octopi, mysterious monsters of the deep. Altar, if you want to make an altar in her name, decorate her altar with shells, fossils and motifs of the sea. Add mer people and images of her children and the fierce creature she loves. Offer glasses of salted water, sea salt and treasure. Okay. Wow. So we have the spirit of Ceto, the goddess Ceto, coming through for my collective here. And with this energy, what I'm getting for you guys is this energy is not scared to go deep. This energy is not scared to be in the deep, to understand the depth, to understand the mysteries, and to withhold it, and to exist within it, and to contain it within herself, is truly a remarkable primordial power that she contains. And if you want to tap into this energy, it's like you tapping into yourself and tapping into this energy within your DNA. This is in all of your DNA. Whoever is watching me until now, if you have stuck by this video, it means that this energy, the goddess Ceto, is within all of you. And she is screaming. She wants to be awakened. And I think this part of you has been feared by people. This part of you has been terrified. This part of you has terrified others because of that roar of power that you have, because of that courage that side of you has. It's the primordial side of you that wants to awaken within you. It wants to activate within you. And it's all about the deep dark, which talks about your emotions, which talks about the dangers within those emotions, and being able to handle that, being able to understand that none of that is permanent. The dangers are but a part of training you, training your subconscious mind to handle everything all at once. And this aspect of you handles the emotions all at once. All emotions all at once, I'm hearing. Okay? Because we have the deep dark, we have the sea monster. So she is described as the sea monster. She is a monster herself. She had to become one to protect herself from these dangers that lived around her. Doesn't mean that she is a negative entity or a bad entity. And this is what you are activating within yourself, collective. You're activating that primordial part of you, which is not afraid of the deep and the dark, which is not afraid of the mysterious, but owns it, lives in it, breathes in it, and gets empowered through it, transmutes all that fear into power. Okay? Goddess Ceto. So please let me know down below in the comments what you guys are coming up in terms of researching this entity. Okay, I would really love to know. So, Spirit, Goddess Ceto, Guardian Angels, please guide us in this reading for the collective. Wow, I just saw conflict, and look at the waters here. You have been going through some conflict, collective. I see it. Okay, and you have been in denial about it, is what I'm hearing. You've been in denial about this raging aspect within yourself as well. This aspect of your emotions which is uncontrollable. And Goddess Ceto is here to tell you that you should not be afraid of your emotions, but to learn how to tame them, because they are impermanent. They teach you how to navigate your subconscious mind. Your emotions teach you how to navigate your subconscious mind. The reason why the world has been going haywire, out of balance, is because we negate our emotions. We try to completely suppress or deny any part of our emotions that wants to come up. Right? And this makes us afraid of those parts of ourselves subconsciously, which then brings a lot of challenges and troubles in our lives that we don't know the answers to, that we disempower ourselves by following another person's lead, which may be, that person as a leader, those solutions that they are providing worked for them in that moment, but will it truly work for you, is what Goddess Ceto is asking. Are you following the right leaders? Are you following the right people who are guiding you towards a safe shore? Or are these leaders leading you into those dangerous, treacherous waters? Right? Who is your idol? Who is your mentor? Who are you following? How much do you trust your own leadership, is what she's asking you. Okay? How afraid are you of your emotions and not being able to control them? Even though they are impermanent, they arise and they pass away. What is so dangerous about them? Something about the sirens also came up with this goddess. Okay, sirens. So some of my masculines who are watching this, you have dealt with feminine energies who have really tried to lure you in with temptation, with some sort of a siren song to lure you in, and then they have led you into the path of your own destruction. Because sirens used to kill people after luring them into the sea, into the dangerous parts where they were the masters of, but they made these men their victims. So some of my masculines have been dealing with this, and Goddess Ceto is asking you to take your power back from this. And for my feminines, you have been dealing with these emotions that are raging within yourself and suppressing them. Why? Because of fear of patriarchy in some way. There's a subconscious fear of patriarchy that consumes you and you don't even know it. Okay? Wow, I didn't expect this reading to get so serious, but we are going there. Goddess Ceto has a message for you guys for this new moon in Cancer. Okay? So let's get to it. Spirit, Goddess Ceto, please tell us what's coming up for the collective for the new moon in Cancer. What's coming up for some of you, I'm hearing, have struggled with being overly sensitive, where you were constantly dealing with a lot of chaotic people around you, and you were so sensitive that you took on the energies and the burdens and the traumas of other people. And now you're learning how to put healthy boundaries on your energy, whereas some of you have totally negated your emotions, completely discarded them, and you attack the people who are sensitive, or you get attracted to people who are sensitive so that you can take advantage of them. Okay? That's something I'm hearing. We have the honoring path. Beautiful. Wow. Yeah. Who is your idol, collective? This is what the goddess is asking of you. Who are you clapping at? Who are you seeing on the red carpet, I'm hearing, or on your screen, or what are you consuming on the day-to-day? Who are you consuming? Whose ideas, thoughts, feelings, emotions are you consuming to avoid your own? Wow. Because you are meant to be honored in your own path. You have your own unique path. You have your own light to shine in this world. But are you praising the false gods? Are you praising the illusions? Or are you praising the real stars, the real heroes, the real heroines, the real... And how do you discern is what I'm hearing from you guys. How do I discern who is the right person and the wrong person? I feel like you will see it within their thoughts, within the way they talk, and not just about putting up good words and doing good deeds, but taking actions that are impacting the world in a way towards evolution, in a way towards a better path for humanity. Who is doing that? In what industry is that person in? Right? That's something I'm picking up. Like you finally understanding that what is real and what is fake. Discovery, exactly. Discovering that hidden gem within yourself. Another thing that's coming up that Goddess Keto wants you to know is that these leaders will help you discover that diamond within yourself. These leaders, the real leaders, the leaders with integrity, the leaders with honor, nobility within themselves, will help you discover that star within yourself that they had to discover within themselves. By going into their shadow, by going into their dark night, by understanding their depression, by understanding their struggles, their motivations. And I know whoever's watching me right now, you are very ambitious as people. You're very goal-oriented. You're very determined. When you have your goals in mind, you make sure that you accomplish them. You're very hardworking people. But is hard work enough? What about what you're consuming? What path are you on? We see the 7 with the 8 here. So there is a progress in energy. There's a progress in abundance. There's a progress in fruitful thoughts on how it is that you can discover that hidden gem within yourself. By honoring the right people, by giving props to the people that truly deserve it, rather than giving props to people who are just, an illusion. They are selling you an illusion for money, for fame, right? Wow. So there's a lot of hidden gems that you are going to discover in the next month. And these gems will help you discover the star within yourself, collective. This is where Goddess Keto is taking you. So make sure you give offerings to her. Make sure you have certain image of her in your room, or certain image of her in your bag, in your wallet, wherever you want to have her. She wants to guide you through this process. I'm hearing. She wants to honor your path. She wants to help you, to assist you on your path, because she truly cares. And I feel like she has been ostracized as well. She has been shunned, right? And she wants you to know that there are a lot of people, there are a lot of high vibrational energies that have been shunned due to greed, due to temptation, due to lust, due to power, hungry people, patriarchy again. We have the masculine energy here, patriarchy. The goddess has been completely subdued and is now being discovered all over again. Okay, and also I'm hearing with the masculine energies here who are watching this, you are going to discover a hidden gem, meaning you are going to discover a goddess in the form of a woman who is going to appear in your life in the next month or so. And for my women, you are going to discover a divine masculine who honors the goddess within you in the next 1 month. But for that, you have to focus on your honoring path. What is your path about? Where are you heading to? What message do you want to leave on this planet before you are on to your next adventure? Right? Because this is all about an adventure, your soul's adventure. Oh wow. This is deep, collective. I feel a lot, I feel very emotional when I said that, because the soul's adventure is sometimes losing the people that you love on the path, only to discover that you have found them in another form, in another dimension, and that's the adventures. And sometimes we are in conflict with that. We are in conflict with truly letting go of something that's no longer serving us. But has any discovery happened without a sacrifice? Has any kind of discovery happened without a person letting go of their comfort zone? No, right? Even Columbus had to, go into uncharted territories to find America, for example, right? So this is talking about your journey into the unknown, into the depths of yourself to discover that gem. And this will happen when you dive into your shadow, when you dive into the parts of yourself that you want to keep hidden in front of the world to appear a certain way, to appear honorable rather than truly being honorable, to appear empathetic rather than truly trying to place yourself in another person's shoes and understanding the other person with the depth within you. So there's an awakening, there's an emotional awakening and a realization about how important a role your emotions play in you discovering your path, the hidden gems within you, and your honor and your nobility and your empathy. And through that, you lead. You lead with that. You lead with that information. You lead with that light. You lead with that discovery, because now you have gone into the darkest depths of yourself and you were not afraid of facing those monsters within yourself that were terrifying you, that were scaring you. Those emotions, those feelings and fears of abandonment, of abuse, of neglect, of trauma, facing them head on and discovering the gems within yourself, because whatever you have been through that made you weak initially is the thing that will ultimately make you the strongest. Your weakness is your ultimate strength, and you're realizing this. So no more inner conflict in terms of that, right? There's a lot of celebrations coming in for you guys once you realize this. I see a lot of you succeeding in your goals on a more mundane level. I see you discovering something about your path that you did not even know before, due to the internal work that you are doing, due to the integrity that you have had on your path. I see you discovering something new, and this is Goddess Ceto bringing this to you. New supportive connections, exactly. Let's get one more. We have present power in reverse. Yeah. The present power in reverse, my loves, that talks about the current power dynamics that are playing out in the world and how power has been misconstrued, right? A lot of men, a lot of masculine energies are truly looking for that milestone, are truly looking for that power in their life, right? And that is causing for a lack of balance in the masculine and the feminine. We have the lion and the tiger here. The tiger is the feminine, the lion is the masculine here. And we see a man kind of struggling to control because they have their own, they have their own agendas to fulfill here. So the man is not able to truly be the master of them. That's why we have this card in reverse. Okay, the masculine is blaming the feminine for what has happened. The masculine blames the feminine for being the sirens, calling them in and leading them to destruction. That has made them stop believing in their heart, in their emotions, and completely suppress them rather than having a healthy balance of intuition and logic, right? Whereas feminines are blaming the masculines for always suppressing them in terms of letting them play a certain role, a supportive role in their life, and never letting them shine. So there's some anger, some hidden rage within the masculine and feminine that is going to balance out with this new moon. And it will happen once you discover your ancestral traumas within yourself. This is not just your path, this is the path of your ancestors. And they also are cheering for you. They are very, very proud of how far you have come until now. But if the grab for power keeps going in this way, there won't be able to be any supportive connections, there won't be able to be any discoveries or a path that leads you to your nobility, to your purpose, right? So it's very important for you to recognize what is power for you. What is that success for you? Is it a grab for power? Is it a grab to appear honoring or to appear noble, but not truly being that inside, and to display a certain image to gain success in the world? Or is power about true integrity, honesty, and leadership with keeping everyone in mind, keeping every person in mind when taking decisions for yourself as well as others? Do you have that integrity, or is it just to show that integrity so that you can get to that position? Do you have the capacity to handle that power that you're so ambitious about? Or do you have some self-growth to do before you achieve that? And there will be some new supportive connections that come into your life to help you discover yourself as well, because you have been on the honoring path and your ancestors are cheering you, and Goddess Ceto is bringing new connections to you, and she's going to test your power. She's going to test your position when you are given a small hint of power in your life, and see what you do with it. So a test from Goddess Ceto is coming very strongly. I do see that. Okay, let's get some tarot cards for you guys. Wow, this is incredible, my loves. I see a lot of collaborations coming. So if you guys are in some kind of a business, I see you collaborating with another person, another supportive connection who has discovered something and wants to collaborate with you. Or this could be you discovering something and you wanting to collaborate with another person. And this collaboration could be between opposite sex. So there could be a power grab between the masculine and the feminine. This could play out a lot in your connections. Even in your love relationships, I'm seeing this play out where the connection starts off very beautifully, but then there is this level of either a lack of power within one person and the other person wanting to power grab, and an imbalance of power, and you discovering how to maneuver that. And that will determine whether you pass the test for power or fail the test, because the new definition of power is authentic power, okay? Not fake, illusory power. Beautiful. All right, so Cancer new moon. Messages from Goddess Ceto for the Cancer new moon. Goddess Ceto wants you to honor this aspect within yourself of her. Okay, so make sure that you are honoring that side of you that is not afraid of the deep and the dark and the mysterious, but is welcoming it, is ready to dive deep into it. Okay. All right, Spirit, please tell us. Goddess Ceto, please guide us in this reading for what is coming up for the collective. What is coming up for the collective? Wow, we have the Ace of Cups. That's so beautiful. Oh my goodness. That's a new beginning in love, or a new beginning in terms of how you see your emotions. And I think this reading is activating that for you. I'm so proud of you, collective. You guys are so... I mean, thank you for letting me read for you. I am honored to read for you. And I clap for you guys, okay? For what you have been through and how much integrity you have had to have in this world of sea monsters, and how much integrity Goddess Ceto had to have in terms of dealing with these Olympian spirits who tried to threaten her just for her existence and call her a monster and demonize her and criticize her. You know, all the goddesses. I'm hearing Medusa as well. How do you know what went on in their life before they had to make the decisions that they did? Even if they are stories and you don't believe in them and you are someone who's an atheist. How can someone be so judgmental? Who are you to judge someone else? Who are you to judge a spirit, a divine energy, or anyone else for that matter? How do you know their struggles? Right? So isn't it better to keep an open heart than to judge a person immediately by what you discover just by their body language and, you know, whatever you have learned? And I'm not doubting that whatever you have learned is bad or wrong, but I'm saying, can we just keep the judgments aside and open our hearts to honor ourselves, to honor our path, to honor others, to honor the divine, to honor the mystery of life? Can we do that? Can we discover that within ourselves? Because we decided to do this for ourselves before we came here. But then we got lost because of the manipulation, because of the sea monsters and the lack of their understanding of what authentic power meant. All they wanted to do was control this light within you. But this light is shining now. It's awakening. This light, this soul activation is happening no matter what anyone does. And it's about also the balance between the masculine and the feminine, and the masculine realizing the gem that is within his own feminine as well as within himself and his own feminine energies, right? Wow, we have 5 of Pentacles. I see some financial struggles that have happened. A new beginning that some of you could have started in your emotions. So it could be you have feelings for someone that is not really giving you the time of day, or you are not giving your heart the time of day because of money. Is that an excuse for you keeping your heart rigid and shut? Is it worth it? Is it worth it? 3 of Cups, celebration. What are you so upset about? In a world with abundance that is infinite, in a world where abundance is truly coming from Mother Earth and the divine energies and the mysterious energies, what makes you think that you're left out in the cold, that you don't have anyone, that no one can truly understand your heart? Do you know how many people are there in the world who you can discover if you truly uplifted your vibration from where you feel currently financially versus what you know you deserve? Can you shift into that vibration and know that there are people who are ready to celebrate you the moment you decide this for yourself, no matter what you've been through? You see how there's a kitten here who is cuddling this man? So I feel like even if you have like pets, or someone who has been there with you through your depression, I don't see you being grateful or thankful to this energy, this spirit guide. Goddess Ceto is asking you to thank this energy because you don't know what rank in spirit this pet holds. This pet is divine energy who is here to support you through the worst of your times. Some of you, I'm hearing, are thinking about a lot of people being there with you when you are up and when you're happy and when you're celebrating and when you discover something. But you see all of them abandoning you when you are alone, and you feel abandoned. You feel like, if I'm not doing well financially, I won't be able to afford good friends. I won't be able to afford genuine company from people. And that's false. This is the illusion of the power. This is the illusion of financial abundance that has been upon the collective. This is not true. I feel like you will find the people who are there with you through thick and thin once you are there for yourself through thick and thin. Once you don't judge yourself when you have a lack of money, but you pick yourself back up and you be like, I'm there for myself. I love myself. And no matter what, I'm going to find a way. I'm going to discover through this dark night of the soul, through this depression, through this adversity that I'm going through. I'm going to discover parts of myself that I never discovered before, and I'm going to get an idea. I'm going to get an epiphany. I'm going to trust in the mystery. I'm going to go with the flow. I'm not going to resist the flow anymore. I'm not going to resist my emotions anymore just because I want to appear a certain way or I want to appear happy but I'm not. Okay? Wow, collective, this is, I didn't expect this reading to be that deep, okay? Let me know in the comments down below how you're feeling. Are you going through this currently? Okay? But a lot of discovery happening, and Goddess Ceto guiding you through this. We have Hermit, beautiful. Look at the card colors here, guys. It's very same, the similar color schemes, right? In these cards as well. And we have, oh my God, we have the 9 of Cups and we have the Knight of Cups. You see, there's an emotional component to this. There's an emotional component to this whole reading that we are seeing here. Okay? Oh, and we have the Queen of Cups. Let's take that. She wants to come up. Okay? And we have the 9 of Cups. And we have the Knight of Cups. I mean, the whole Cups family has come out here with the Cancer new moon. So this is about you discovering what honors your emotions, what honors how you feel about yourself as well as others, and not to judge others for how they are. They are on their own path. If there are people who left you while you were struggling, it was their path to choose an easy route, to choose an escape, so that they learn a more difficult lesson later on, which you wouldn't ask for yourself, right? You wouldn't ask for another difficult lesson because you're already going through something. So similarly, it's not your job to judge another person for what path they choose on your life. And when you are left alone within the dark depths of yourself, it's time to go within. It's time to discover all the aspects of your emotions that want to come up with the Hermit energy, right? It's time to discover that you can calm your emotions, you can meditate, you can ground yourself, you can balance yourself, and you can find that inner light within yourself to then channel that into your creative outlets, to then do something that emotionally fulfills you. Maybe some of you are kind of discouraged in doing this for yourself because you have been hurt emotionally, and I think somewhere the reason why the whole collective of humanity is afraid of truly facing their emotions is because somewhere it does remind them of how they were not there for themselves when they could have been, but rather they chose to escape, rather they chose to run away from something that was pulling them back in. And for you, I feel like you have been doing the same. You have been focusing more on how to appear rather than what you truly want to leave a message of in this world. What is your soul's adventure on this planet? What is it that this life means to you deeply in your heart? Have you meditated over that? Have you written down your goals about your life on that much of depth? And if not, now is the time to do so. Once you do that, I see a lot of people being attracted to you, people who will support you through thick and thin, people who will love you through thick and thin, people who will care for you and be there for you through thick and thin, and love you no matter what. Collective. I know it's been hard to find such a person. Why? Because of this false programming of power that we are dealing with between masculine and feminine, and the urge for the masculine to appear perfect and doing financially well and strong, and the urge for the feminine to empower themselves because they have been suppressed for so long. But I see a merge happen here. I see a coming in the middle happen here, where when both the masculine and the feminine learns to go within and do the inner work and realize where their need for power and perfectionism and appearing strong is truly coming from, and whether it's an authentic place or it's a place of show off, and correcting that and fixing that with integrity will align the feminine and the masculine in love, in celebration, in true friendship, in unconditional friendship for each other first, and that developing and maturing into love. So this is about you rediscovering your different aspects of your emotions, different aspects of your mother, of the goddess within you, the goddess aspect, and for masculines, different aspects of your masculine emotions within you. Right? There's a merge happening here. And it's time for you to feel those aspects and to channel them for the collective, to help people, to support people, and to be there for people as well. Just like they in the past have not been there for you, but with you raising your vibration, such people are coming into your life. Okay? Do not worry about your finances. I do see a new beginning happening through collaboration. But if the feminine and masculine cannot balance themselves together and appreciate one another truly without any resentments for each other, without forgiveness towards each other for what has happened in the past timelines for all of humanity, this wound will not be able to solve itself. And that's why the goddess is coming through. The goddess has a bigger heart, is what I'm hearing, and she is here to forgive, no matter how monstrous people called her. Can you do the same? This is going to make your spirit team, your ancestors applaud you in the process and honor your path and bless you on your path and bring supportive connections to you and bring supportive ideas to you and bring authentic power to you that you truly deserve. Okay? Zodiac signs here I'm seeing are mostly Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. I'm seeing Taurus and Virgo as well, and Capricorn. Okay, so Spirit wants me to get the surrender cards first for you guys. What is it that you need to surrender right now? Okay, Goddess wants me to read the honoring path for you guys, so let me read that also. This is the intention suit, and we have 101. Okay, so this is about the card, the honoring path. Okay, a woman stands on stage. Before her, an audience applauds her shining presence. On a purely practical level, this card indicates that you will soon be receiving positive recognition for something you have done or something you are about to do, which is that discovery, remember, of your emotional aspect and integrating that within your being. Okay, that is going to give you the success, is what I'm hearing. On a deeper, more personal level, this card reveals a shift in others' attitudes as well as your own towards you. Yes! Oh my goodness. Goddess Ceto came through in this reading for you guys, okay? Wow. I'm so happy, collective. You are starting to see the best in yourself, and as you self-regard increases, others will see the best in you also. If someone treats you with disrespect, you now have the power to demand civility. In fact, the energy of self-honor is the only way to get the response from the universe you long for. So choose an increasing intention of self-respect in your thoughts and your behaviors. Such a powerful daily approach projects incredible dignity and authentic power. Oh my God! Collective, I have been talking about authentic power. Look at that! No wonder I wanted Goddess Ceto. Oh my goodness. Are you guys screaming with me or something? Let me know in the comments down below, okay? Two irresistible vibrations in the universe, which is incredible dignity and authentic power towards yourself every day. Okay, so these are your goals for the new moon in Cancer. Write it down in a sheet. Journal about this. This is why I asked you guys to get a journal and a pen to write these downloads down, so that you can start working upon them through this new moon. Okay, because new moons are all about setting new intentions for yourself that manifest in the full moon. Some of you need to also learn about your emotional cycles and how the moon affects your emotions as well. Okay, some of you need to discover something about that as well. So take a bow. When you acknowledge yourself, the world acknowledges you back. The affirmation for you for this new moon is, I choose to prioritize myself. I am a truly valuable person, deserving of my own self-care. Wow, collective. I am like shocked at the accuracy of how things are coming up. And imagine what came up at the bottom of my other deck. Surrender unhealthy relationships. Let go of relationships that don't serve you, including unavailable or toxic people. You deserve to be treasured by others and to be surrounded by positive people. I feel like the collective as a whole is making a change towards who they accept in their lives versus who they won't accept in their lives, and having strong boundaries towards who they don't have to accept anymore. You know, even Goddess Ceto, when she was attacked by Olympian spirits and by the sea monsters, and she had to become a monster herself to protect herself and her children and whatever it may be, she had to take on this appearance of someone who terrified, someone who destroyed, in order to protect herself. Similarly, you, collective, having to have those strong boundaries will be applauded on your journey by your ancestors and by this goddess. Why? Because now you have the strength to have self-dignity and to have that respect for yourself. And through that, you attract more supportive connections who will truly not try to play games with you and have this unhealthy relationship with you because you care so much, because you love so deeply, but rather they will understand you. And for people who don't truly understand you, they will be on their own path of self-destruction until they can rebuild themselves back up. This is what life is all about, and we can't judge a person for being hungry for power, because they are going to experience the opposite of that. Always. This is set in stone. This is set in karma. No matter where you go, no matter which universe you want to fly to, no matter what nirvana you want to achieve, you will face that thing that you experienced in one extreme will come back in the opposite extreme. This is the law of balance and karma. And you honoring that will lead you to your ultimate success here. Okay? And first, you need to realize that you need to let go of unhealthy relationships which are not serving you anymore and not for your highest good. Okay? Spirit. Also, some of you need to let go of the past to embrace the new. And for that, maybe you're scared or afraid of loving yourself enough to go on this path, to be alone by yourself until you discover this for yourself. But Spirit is asking you to take this leap of faith, because that is what will make the universe honor your energy and give you the blessings that you have been so, so impatient to receive, is what I'm hearing. Okay? You have to embrace the new and let go of the old. Embrace the adventures of your soul. Don't doubt your divine mother and father. Don't doubt them anymore. Walk in your strong power, in your strong emotions, in your strong thoughts, in your self-determination, and you will be unstoppable. Okay? Knowing that you have the blessings of the divine mother and father, your galactic family with you, nothing can stop you. Okay? We have surrender to what is. Wow. So this card says flow with what is instead of fighting it. What was I telling you guys with the water energy here and flowing with the moon cycles? And see a lot of emotions here. We see a lot of water here. We see a lot of creativity here. Some of you may have wanted to be creative, and now is the best time to do it, because now we have the internet, we have AI, we have so many things that will be simplified for us. So why not take advantage of that and surrender to what is instead of fighting it, instead of fighting everything, instead of trying to power grab because other people are power grabbing, and so I have to prove them wrong and I have to show them that they are wrong and that they are doing something in the worst way possible. It is their cycle to do so. It is their challenge that they have to go through. How are you a part of that? I don't understand the correlation here. And trust me, I struggle with this as well. But the goddess in me, the goddess Ceto, is coming through with a very strict voice in me. Hence, maybe I might be sounding a bit strict to you guys as well. But yeah, goddess is asking you to surrender to what is and flow instead of fighting it. When you can't change a situation, compassionately accepting it exactly as it is will bring you peace. This is what I've been telling you all along. Accepting people for their path, accepting without judgment, because karma is handling it all on your behalf. Your divine mother and father is handling it all, right? So what is the rush? There's a whole adventure waiting for every human being on this planet. So what's the rush to infinity? What's the rush to infinity, I'm hearing? Keep flowing, collective. There's a lot more to uncover, a lot more to discover. You have no idea what else you're going to discover about yourself on this journey. It's a mysterious path. It's a deep, dark path. It looks very dangerous. But once you are in it, you activate certain dormant parts of your DNA that help you realize your power, your true, authentic superpower, your supernatural power given by your divine mom and dad. Okay, so do not worry about that. Let's see. Let's get another one. Spirit. Surrender to non-action. Beautiful. And at the bottom of the deck we have surrender stress. Yeah, I feel like, collective, you have been taking action non-stop. Why? Because you have been wanting to achieve a goal, and because you have wanted to achieve that goal, you have focused on the wrong people, collaborating with the wrong energies, making certain things happen forcefully. And this feminine energy of Cancer is asking you to be, to let it be, to honor the path of the goddess, and to activate both the paths within you, not to just be overly logical or to be overly intuitive, but to be in the middle, to accept both as a reality, as a matter of fact, as an energy that exists primally in your energy, right? And to accept that and honor that. Okay, because maybe some stress could have come in terms of finances, and I feel like the more you go within, the more you meditate, the more the stress will dissipate, the more you will start flowing with what is, and the more you will discover these hidden gems that leads you to your honoring path and the birth of your authentic power, right? It says here, take a few deep breaths, exhale the tension you have built up in your body, let the stress go as you come back to your center. So this is asking you to meditate, having a daily ritual. Remember, in the beginning I was asking you to detox. So detoxing by eating healthy fruits and vegetables, honoring your body, not just your path, but honoring your body is an act of self-love. Honoring the kind of people you have around you, the kind of energies that influence you, is an act of self-love. Honoring how you don't want to judge others, and honoring how much you can accept others, and being open-minded is a form of self-love. You're doing it for yourself, not for others. So it is in a way selfish and selfless at the same time. That's how you balance this. Being selfish and selfless at the same time, being in that equanimous stage. Okay? And being receptive to the divine flow that comes with that. So, Goddess 𝗂𝗃, please guide us. Any last messages from you pertaining to this spread? Any last messages that you want to guide us pertaining to this spread? Goddess 𝗂𝗃, please guide us. Any advice for the collective? Any advice for the collective? Any advice for the collective? I'm also hearing some of you have been extremely defensive. Some of you could have been drinking a lot. This is the right time for you to set healthy boundaries with the bad habits towards yourself as well. Okay? Any kind of bad habit that you have, now is the time to surrender it to spirit. Surrender that stress that is causing you to go towards that bad habit. Through meditation, through deep self-acknowledgement, accepting all parts of yourself, forgiving others, and accepting. Acceptance is the main here. It's the key for your compassionate heart to activate and lead you towards this prosperous new beginning for yourself. Okay? Goddess 𝗂𝗃, anything else pertaining to this spread for the collective? Okay, we have, you are loved and feared. Wow, oh my God, and this card here. The deeper she surrenders, the higher she rises in love. How beautiful. That explains everything that we've been talking about. Let's keep this here. And let's keep this card here. Okay. You're breaking generational curses here. You're breaking some generational curses right now. Okay. Just know that. This is why it's been so tough, my loves. So the first card, you are loved and feared. Let me read this for you guys from up here. You are smart enough to look within in order to do shadow work. If you went, so this is the advice here, right? You're being advised by Goddess 𝗂𝗃 to do this for yourself. You are smart enough to look within in order to do shadow work. If you went through bullying, toxicity in your environment, it was all coming from yourself. Goddess 𝗂𝗃 coming through with those words. Yes, Goddess 𝗂𝗃, let's go. So, if you went through bullying, toxicity in your environment, it was all coming from yourself to teach you important lessons on standing up for yourself when being tormented. You will go through periods of having negative, dark vibes around you so you can learn about spirituality and religion. You go through periods when no one likes you so you can learn how to be liked by yourself. You are learning and applying and seeing deeper behind situations to solve problems. You already have been through a lot of stuff before, so you know everything you are up against. You know what this person is doing, you know what that personality type a person has, and you pay attention to messages from spirit. You overcame it all with your sheer inner power. You kept getting tested by something because your inner power had to grow. What was I telling you about the test from Goddess 𝗂𝗃 as well, right? So this is like an upcoming test as well for you guys. If you got declined, you needed a different approach to create change. You are equipped with everything you need to enjoy, make new friends, let shit go, resolve problems, detox negative energy, raise your standard by avoiding stress. I mean, and you are loved and feared because you're tapping into your authentic power, your authentic self. This is the generational trauma that you're overcoming, collective, with this new moon in Cancer. So set these intentions, write these points down in your journal and do this for yourself, okay? This is what the Goddess 𝗂𝗃 is asking of you. She says here, the deeper she surrenders, the higher she rises in love. The protection a man provides a woman allows her to drop all her defenses and open her heart without concern for her safety. When she releases the need to shield her soul, she reaches supreme levels of consciousness and becomes medicine. Wow. A woman is wild, sensual, playful, passionate, emotional, innocent, vulnerable, intuitive, unpredictable, soft, sensitive, mysterious, and powerful. The moment a man tries to erase or tame any part of her true nature, which is a part within his own nature as well, because she is within him as well. So when he's doing this to another woman, he's doing this to himself. And this is taking away his protection in this world. This is taking away his shield in this world. God damn it. And the mother is here to come back and to ask him to focus on this, to protect a woman, to provide for a woman, because she is all this. And she will provide him with that blessing, that abundance, that creativity, that love, that nourishment that he so needs in this world today. Right? So when the moment a man tries to erase or tame any part of her true nature, he loses her trust and ability to make her feel safe with him. So total surrender is soul ecstasy. A woman always surrenders to a man strong enough to hold all of her. Mic drop, collective. I don't know what else to say. I'm pretty speechless right now because my human throat chakra, my human mouth will not be able to translate what the goddess is trying to come through to tell you. But there's one thing that she's coming through to tell you, is that she wants you to honor herself in you, within yourself. She wants you to honor this loving energy, this unconditional loving energy that she has towards humanity, towards you, towards your lover, towards the people who have hurt you, towards everyone. She has so much love to give. And when are we going to tap into this higher form of love? When? When we will lose everything all over again? When our children will lose everything all over again, and we leave this generational curse upon our children to heal this all over again? Or can we do this for ourselves? Can we change this within ourselves? Because the goddess feels the pain of all women, I'm hearing. She feels the pain of all women who have had to go through all kinds of traumas in this world. And she's coming through with strong boundaries to tell you that you will not be able to experience the new discoveries and the higher timelines and ascend to the best version of yourself until and unless you learn this lesson on this planet. Is to respect the goddess within you, is to not shun her, is to not negate her, to not neglect her, but to accept her in all of herself. All of herself. She has cried, she has gotten angry, she has... Imagine Kali Ma, right? She had to step on top of Lord Shiva to calm her anger because she was so angry at these demons who were trying to, destroy the world and things like that. She wanted to protect the world, so that anger was in a way protective, compassionate anger. So this is what she's coming through to tell you, that this is what you need to awaken, collective. Otherwise it could be that you miss out on this beautiful, important discovery and this lesson and this gift that this planet has to teach you in this timeline that you're watching this reading. Alright, so this is my message to you guys for this beautiful new moon in Cancer. I hope that this reading brought you a lot of clarity, my loves. Let me know in the comments down below if you enjoyed this. This has been a very, very deep reading for me as well. It's touched parts of myself that I did not know I could tap into, and parts of my heart that could open in such a way, but she did open them, and it's a new emotional beginning for all of us together right now. Me doing this reading and you watching this, it's for the both of us. It's an energy exchange of opening hearts together, alright, and supporting each other through this journey. So thank you so much. If you would like to book a personal reading to understand your shadow energies, to work with your shadow, to integrate your shadow, please let me know in the comments down below, or you can check the description box out where I have my Etsy placement for personal readings as well. I also have my Amazon wishlist in case you feel extra generous to donate some tarot decks or oracle decks to my channel. You can do that through the Amazon wishlist for USA as well as India. Both the links are in the description box. Alright? And if you feel extra generous to donate, you can do it through my PayPal link as well, which is in the description box, my loves. Okay? So thank you so much and peace. I just don't feel like leaving you all, but peace.